Assalamu alaikum. My name is Tahir Hussain and today we are going to discuss what are airborne particles. Airborne particles are very fine particles made up of either solid or liquid matter that can stay suspended in the air and spread with the wind. A common measurement used for an airborne particle is micron. 1 millimeter is equal to 1000 micron. Very small airborne particles can stay suspended in the air for years and spread over great distances, while large particles usually settle on the ground after a short time. If we will see this figure, 0.3 below the 0.3 microns, we will see this is a very small particles, and these small particles can stay suspended in the air for years. And on the right hand side we will see these are the large particles. As I discussed before, large particles usually settle on the ground after a short time, like viruses, gas molecules. These are all small particles which can stay suspended in the air for years. And these small particles which is below 0.3 microns we can see by electron microscope, and above 0.3 we can see by microscope, and above 10 microns we can see by visible eyes. This is one of the particle range group. There are three groups: E1, E2, E3. In E1, the particle size ranges from 0.3 to 1 micron, in E2 from 1 to 3 microns, and E3 from 3 to 10 microns. So this is the table for particle size ranges. This picture showing the particle size in micrometers, microns. If we will see on our left hand side, this is the molecules which are very small size, below 0.3. Viruses also below 0.3. The virus is coming between this 0.01 to this range, and dust is coming from 1 to 10 range, and above 10 also microns. So as I discussed before, very small airborne particle we will see by electron microscope, and above 0.3 we will see microscope, and above 10 microns we can see from the visible eyes. There are two sources of airborne particles. There are external source and internal source. The first thing in the external source is outside makeup air. Now we will discuss the outside makeup air. In the environment, there is pollution and there is airborne particles. We are using recirculation AHU in the pharmaceutical industry. We are not using always 100% fresh air AHU. We are circulating air 70 to 80%, and remaining air we are exhausting to the atmosphere, and then again we are taking the same quantity of air from outside. Fresh air bringing these dust particles and making contaminants of the clean room. The second source is infiltration through doors, window, and other penetration through the clean room barriers. This picture we can see how the infiltration is coming from the window. The same way the infiltration is coming from the building material, doors and ceiling, etc. How we can control of these external sources? The first, we have to make makeup air filtration. In the AHU, we are taking 20% air as a fresh air we should take filtration of this fresh air. Any air introduced in the control zone needs to be filtered. All air entering a clean room must be treated by one or more filters. High efficiency particulate air HEPA or ULPA filter are the most common filter used in clean room applications. Pre-filter and back filter using before HEPA filters. The second is the sealing of all penetration into the space. We should close all gaps and penetration around windows, doors, ceiling and walls for entering of outside air to avoid the contamination. The next is coming, we have to make the room pressurization. Negative or positive room pressure is an isolation technique used in hospital and medical centers to prevent cross-contamination from room to room. By room pressurization, we will not allow surrounding particles can enter inside room. In this way, we can maintain cleanliness inside the clean room. If we will see this picture, here is 2 positive and here is 1 positive. This 2 positive means this air can be entered of this room, but this air cannot be entered of this room. Then this air can be entered of this area because here is 0 pressure. So this way we can create the room positive pressure. Now we will discuss some internal sources which are creating the airborne particles. The airborne contamination level of a clean room is largely depend on the particle generating activities in the room. It has been found that many of these contaminants are generated from 4 basic sources: the facilities, number 2 people, number 3 tools, and number 4 indirect materials. Review the below list to gain a better understanding of where the contaminants generated. If we see these facilities, in the facilities coming walls, floors and ceiling, paint, coating, air conditioning, debris like this, and people coming skin flakes, oil, cosmetics, perfume, clothing debris, human activities like this tool generated, and indirect materials. So how we can control all of these internal sources? There is control action to control the internal sources. The first, we have to take the air shower to continually wash occupants with the clean air. Whenever we need to enter the clean room, we have to take the air shower. Secondly, this is the building materials. Using hard surfaced non-porous materials such as polyvinyl panels, epoxy painted walls and glass board ceilings we have to be used. It is a part of building material. Building material should not absorb moisture, so that there should be no chance to generate bacteria or microorganisms in the clean room. This is the reason that now most of the pharmaceutical industry using modular construction instead of bricks walls, because bricks walls are absorbing moisture, and because of moisture there is growth of bacteria. Then the proper growing procedure headwear. Growing procedure means we should use proper hand mask, gloves, nose mask, caps, shoes. All these coming in the garments procedures. If we will see, so this is one of the list, and there is the classes ISO 4, ISO 5, ISO 6, ISO 7 and ISO 8, and we can see in this figure how we can stop the internal contaminants. This is a partial list of some of the commonly known contaminants. Preventing these contaminants from entering the clean room environment is the key objective of clean room design and use. So this was the video about the airborne particles. Thank you very much.